Welcome back everybody, and I'm very happy to be here, and today we are reacting to Niall Horan's new album called The Show. Now, full on confidence little confession sesh snowy you and I are gonna have here. Out of all the albums that have come out from either One Direction or any of its members, I think that there's only one that I've listened back to back, and that would happen to be Harry's House. Actually, maybe even Harry's first album. I'm not sure. I need to check. Actually, I lied. I don't think I've even listened to Harry's House back to back. The one that I had listened to is Fine Line. Oh, ooh, that's gonna draw in some criticism. Anyway, all this to say that I've never really listened to Niall Horan's music before. I've heard snippets and little bits and pieces, but never I don't think I've ever paid attention to a whole song. This is the moment where I get put on a pitchfork, like my head is hung on that pitchfork and everybody's going after me and going crazy. Listen, it is what it is, but at this point I'm very happy to be experiencing this new album with you guys, and without any further ado, let's jump right into it. It's a sweet little album, 10 songs, 30 minutes. It's crazy how albums are so short nowadays. It's wild to me, but you know, it is what it is.
Strange light revolves around you. You float across the room. God only knows where this could go. And even if our love starts to grow, then you and me go up in flames.
I mean, so far, pretty on par with what I expected from him. I like the kind of rockabilly nuance that we have in that opener song. I mean, it's that very high scale, high grade singer-songwriter type of approach, which is nice. There's nothing more I have to add for now.
I believe I can die in your kiss. No, it doesn't get
I mean, it's definitely a cute opener for what it is. However, production-wise, there's something that's kind of, I wouldn't say bothering me, but I kind of picked up on, and it is the fact that, to make a long story short, in the mechanics of sound and music, obviously you have lower frequencies that are responsible for bass, and then you have higher frequencies that are more sharp sounding sounds, literally. But it sounded to me all the sharp sounds, all the high frequencies were kind of curved out or faded in the song. They didn't seem to be, I don't, it sounded I guess it sounded like an old record without the white noise or the icks and the bumps in the actual vinyl. It just sounded like there wasn't that typical pop music high frequency. I don't know if it makes sense. Honestly, there's something that stood out to me in the mixing of the song. I may have to go back to it just to understand what exactly if I actually make sense. But yeah, there's something about it. Oh, I like that.
woke up in a daze, moonlight on your face. If you leave me, I'll be nothing. Just send it to me to a lap on my knees. If you
I actually like the production on that one. What they did with the chorus is actually really, really nice. But I'm having that same sound effect. Also, his main vocal layer is really, really far in the mix. I don't know why I'm getting so technical today. Apparently, I decided hey, let's critique mixing today. That's my thing, apparently. You're welcome. But his voice is really, really far, and I don't know, I guess I'm so used to hearing a vocal that's really closer, or at least a main vocal line that's a lot closer to the mic, or a lot closer in the mix to the center point and louder. It really, really sounds I guess older tracks when they used to record everything live one take, and the instruments would overpower the vocals a little bit, and it became more of another instrument than a main feature. But regardless, I mean, it gives it a certain charm to it that I like, because it is different and it stands out from the other projects I've listened to in a while. And I like the production on that one once again. So
If you ever go to sleep with you out here at night. If you ever.
yeah, overall, I'm really not mad at the track. Definitely my favorite between the first two that we've listened to together. But I like the melody in the chorus. There's something about the like high pitch, like leave. I don't know if I actually got that note. Anyway, I like the way it was made. I like the way it was conceived, and it's a cute song overall. I mean, the lyrics are kind of really straightforward and you know, obviously romance themed. I like it.
Talking to yourself.
Oh.
Don't collapse, just know this too.
Ooh, I like the bass on this one.
When it all melts down, now and then.
It kind of reminds me a little bit of Coldplay-ish, especially the chorus with the woos.
Collapse, just know this too shall pass.
This too shall pass. I don't know if you get the reference, but I might just put a GIF. Right. Oops. Other side. Boop. Right here. It's literally. Ooh. This is maybe the moment where I have to admit something to y'all. I've never ever seen any of the Lord of the Rings. Don't come for me. I would appreciate that. Otherwise, I will have to put out a statement and have PR agencies cover my ass for, you know, missing out on that trilogy. But okay, the truth is, technically, those fantasies type of movies and maybe even like TV series, not really my thing. I don't know, we're really off on a tangent right now, so let's get back to the song. I guess I just have to share that because I only knew the reference from like pop culture, not from watching the actual movies, and I kind of felt guilty about it. What is going on? My brain is really going all over the place today. I apologize.
When it all melts down, now and then. Telling you now.
I mean, actually, I really like that one too. Amazing work with the synths on that one. First, the bass was really well designed, and I really like what they did with the keys as well. It really added like a modern touch to a retro sounding track. Yeah, I actually even like that one more than the previous one. I'm hoping this album just continues on getting better and better and better.
Never wanna be like them. Talking over coffee, but we say nothing.
See, this one is exactly what I was referring to. The vocals are a lot closer to the center and more forward. Like you hear more of a main vocal take compared to the other ones in terms of mixing. So this is much more what I expected to hear, but also much more frequent and common in song productions. So I guess the other one stood out for that, and this one is more like what I expected.
Hope we still dance like we're falling in love. Hope we still drink like we're back in the pub. Hope we grow old, but we never grow up.
Aww. Yeah, it's a very cute song. Maybe not exactly for me. At least the song really has to grow, no pun intended, on me. Side note, I don't know why I'm looking at it so hard, but the cover, there is definitely like it looks like he's by a window or some sort of glass, but definitely there was no glass, and whatever reflection there is of blue in that square area is definitely photoshopped. The more I look at it, the more I know, because I do that sometimes. And the reason why they do that is because they don't want to have like a reflection on his face, or like have like the camera reflect in the window per se. So they just add like a fake effect. Hey, sorry, didn't mean to call you out, Niall. Sorry. Anyway, that being said, the song itself is okay to me. I mean, it's not a bad song. I think it's the type of song that you associate to memory. Specifically, it's kind of nostalgic. It feels like really you have to live something, and this song has to become tied to that event or memory. I don't think it's going to be any like everybody's favorite or like one of the best, but it will be some people's favorite because of the fact that this is going to be tied to something. That's the type of song it is, I feel.
Mistakes and heartbreaks and no cry. How to fix your tears, how to fake a show, how to paint a smile, how would we know?
Oh. It's kind of weird because to me, he, like, both the music production and his voice really sound similar to an artist from Quebec that sings in French. And like, it's funny how in Quebec, for those of you watching outside of that province in Canada and the rest of the world, Quebec has its own like sphere and universe, musically speaking. Like, we have our own cultural phenomenons and artists and that nobody really knows of outside of here. And some of the music that we have here is straight up amazing. And I work at a record label, once again, in that universe, in that world of ours. I come in with a very Americanized perspective because I love like international and American products, but this sounds specifically like a guy whose name is Niall Bélanger. My full-on French came out right there. It's the type of music that I would hear on the radio like in the early 2000s with my parents on French radio, so it's kind of nostalgic to me a little bit. But also, this is a very like intense song, musically speaking. Like, the production is really much more moody, but it's also the type of music that I kind of associated my parents and my parents' age group with. So I think that's why I'm having a bit of a hard time relating to it, but it's also nostalgic for me. It's weird to explain. It's a weird feeling. I don't know if I made sense from everything I just said.
How to fake a show, how to paint a smile, how would we know?
I'm thinking, yeah, the show comes from there, from that. Oh, wow. Of course it does, because that's the title track. And I just realized. Wow, I'm brilliant. This channel is going to expose all of my dumb moments. This is gonna be the death of me. Whoa, you could start a cult. Do we really want to go there? Niall? Your reputation's good, except for the fact that you had an interview in Canada saying you had big plans for Canada.
And I've got big plans for Canada, put it that way.
And then had one show in Toronto. That is basically the American city of Canada. That we're holding you accountable for. You're doing well. You don't need to start a cult. Don't ruin your reputation. Please.
Oh, I'll follow you till there's no tomorrow.
Oh. I don't know why I didn't expect that. It literally fits so well in the song. It's on par, but I was caught by surprise.
Baby,
This is such like a Songfire type of song.
you could start a
Songfire. What?
crazy.
Songfire. Fire song. Huh?
You were so
Hold on. Did that make sense? Campfire. Campfire. That's what I meant to say. Okay. Wow. Coherence. My two brain cells really said it's Friday. Let's go off on the weekend. We're not working anymore. We are refusing the extra load of work. It sounds like a campfire song, and it reminds me of, like, you know, many years ago when I used to live in a countryside instead of a city, and just listening to music as the fire was burning and the stars were out. And then the other thing I thought of is a campfire song by SpongeBob. How does it go? Sit around the campfire, you see R-C-A-M-P-F-I-R-E-S-O-N-G song. Yeah, something like that.
R-C-A-M-P-F-I-R-E-S-O-N-G song.
My brain's doing well today. My brain's really doing well today. Ugh.
and beautiful to me.
Oh. Oh, a piano just like that is really making me emotional. I don't know why. Oh. Okay, this is by far the one I prefer the most on the album so far.
Since you walked in, starting to feel like you're myself.
B, right up my alley.
Interstellar, where my mind is going now.
I'm loving this 80s production from this song. It's really amazing.
Ever since you walked in.
And see, this should be a single. I think this stands out from the rest of what I've heard from Niall over the years in his albums, because I think this is like his third one or something. And this is really one that actually has an earworm to it when it comes to the radio and could appeal to both a young and older market. I really like this. It is so funny because I was thinking on a previous track, an artist that I really, the project that I loved and I highly recommend it if you like this type of song that we just listened to, is Ben Platt's Reverie, that I adored as a project altogether. Like, honestly, on the album, no skips to me. And it's a lot of the songs are really inspired by that type of sound and era. My brain went there for some reason or another on a previous track, and I was like, oh, that'd be cool if he actually did that. And he did. He actually did. I'm kind of a little surprised by that. I didn't expect that, and I just like enjoyed the whole song. I just went through. I didn't even stop at the comment or anything like that. I just wanted to savor the whole thing as a whole piece. I mean, this is definitely a personal bias. Like, I'm loving this song specifically because I know that the sound appeals to me, so that's a personal preference, but I really liked it. I think it's one of the standout tracks of the album so far.
Wildest of dreams taking on a new life. If it's this good, way down here.
Yeah, I think the previous song kind of set the bar really too high for what's to come from the rest of the album. A little less up my alley. A little bit less. Yeah, that one, I'm actually not quite sure what to say about that one. It feels like an end of album type of song that I'm a little kind of ready to move on. To me, there's nothing that really specifically stood out. It's not terrible. It's not bad. It's still high quality stuff. But yeah, some songs like that, and that's fine. That's not an issue, and I'm sure some people are gonna adore this song. That's perfectly fine too. Just to me, kind of caught on a little less, and that's okay. Now that's one title that I was curious about.
Are you numb? Can you touch? Is the silence a little too much? Oh, there's still a heart beating in your chest. It's just science. Don't let it break you down.
I really like that build up in the chorus and that intensity. And this one is speaking to me a lot more content wise. And I like that it's not a relationship or love type of song. It's much more about like some sort of like grounding anxiety type of situation or passion, and just like when you're out of touch with yourself really, and trying to find passion and motivation again.
But all you wanna do is break out. When you feel you're sinking, overthinking time.
Definitely an anxiety related topic.
It's just science. Don't let it scare you now.
It's kind of in the lyrical concept, even though it's kind of like it says it's only science, which is kind of it stands out as a like, you don't hear that often in songs. That's what I'm trying to say. What is kind of cool about that is that technically you look at the word or the term science, and it's really a metaphor for it's just the rationality of things and how it's tangible. It's like you can explain it. And if you look at anxiety, which I guess confession time part 2, I do and experience a lot. I think I've talked about it in a previous video at some point. It takes like some grounding elements to be like, hey, this is just a chemical reaction or imbalance in your brain. You need to ground yourself and have those rational, logical thoughts to be able to pull yourself out of that anxiety. And at the end of the day, it really just is science. The psyche is really, really strong, and sometimes you can overcome that when you're ready and equipped and well surrounded, and also in an environment that you're prone to be successful at that. I like the idea of the song, to circle back and come back to what I was doing originally, which is, you know, reacting to the music. I like it. This is another standout one in the album for me, really, for the concept of it. Is it speaking to me personally and that's why it's standing out? Maybe. So is that a bias? Maybe. But this is my reaction video, so I'm gonna say whatever I want.
I'm a specialist at overthinking everything.
Same.
Tell you all about it if you have the time.
Same. Oversharing.
I'll become a mastermind at going and vanishing.
Yeah, same.
Find it so hard to just keep it simple and follow my heart.
Same.
But it,
I'm not sure I love that.
I got a first degree in being my worst enemy.
Same.
Got a PhD and always running away.
Yeah.
But if it feels like
And that was, I was about to say the album, ladies and gentlemen, but technically the album is called The Show, so I'll say this was The Show, ladies and gentlemen. The last song was, you know, yeah. Okay, I like the lyrics and the words chosen for the verses. I'm not sure I love, no pun intended, the choruses. There's something about them that kind of didn't, you know, stick with me, but I really like the verses for some reason or another. I don't think it's enough, though, to pull me in and really make me like the song, but it might grow, though. It might grow. This was my reaction to The Show, the album by Niall Horan. This, I mean, it was an interesting adventure, to be honest, as a first time listening to an album by Niall. There's a couple of them that I really, really liked. Definitely. There's a couple that I was like, okay, I'm a little less up my alley, but definitely respect, and it's definitely a genre that I can see people like for sure. And well, with that being said, here is my ranking of the songs from the album in order of what I like the most to what I like the least. Doesn't mean that I didn't like it. It just means that maybe they got to me a little less and I didn't relate as much, or production wise they didn't stand out to me per se. I'm actually very satisfied with this experience of listening to his music for the first time, and I'm very curious as to what his other previous two albums sound like. Definitely what he sounds like if he were to go through a breakup, and it's kind of a weird thought to have, and maybe his other albums do talk about that, but this one there wasn't really any like sad songs per se. There wasn't any like breakup songs, and I feel like there's more to kind of dig and scratch on the surface to be able to get more storylines from him. You know what? Until next time, you guys know what to do. Subscribe, like, comment, leave your thoughts and opinions down below, and I'll see you in the next video. I hope you guys stay safe, and I'll see you around. Bye.